can object each other on the most heinous stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't mind, because I'll agree when I play it with new improvisers who are still technically good at the game, they are not as aggressive and it's not as entertaining or as fun.
Exactly.
And it's because they're, they don't want to, you don't want to like,
Right, they don't want to hurt your feelings. And I pulled them aside and I was like, you guys can object about anything. Anything at all. Because like these two actors know each other really well too. So I was like, have fun with it. And then I let the audience decide if it's sustained or overruled.
I was going to say, I'll object on any singular semantic.
Anything at all.
Yeah, if you breathe wrong, I'm objecting.
Exactly.
It's a very similar thing to whenever I first teach the warm-up hotspot, the song monologue song game, where I have to tell people not to let people be in the middle for too long. Like, they want to give people space to talk. That's the impulse. It's like, no. Get them out of the circle as fast as possible.
This is the downside of emotional intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Is you're not funny.
I am so tired of therapy speak and emotional intelligence. I want us to go back to hating each other and being mean.
Go back to.
Okay. Actually, maybe I don't want that because then I wouldn't feel special.
I do want to say I'm fully kidding. Emotional intelligence is very valuable.
But I think there's time and space for it. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I think we are all emotionally intelligent human beings, but we know that it's not necessary for our comedy. If that makes sense.
What is the phrase that we would use because we were essentially beating each other up during group acts?
I'm not funny because of my emotional intelligence, though. I'm funny because I'm like super depressed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes.
What's it called? Like loving care or like what kind of kindness? What? Remember when we were playing games?
Caring restraint.
What was it?
Caring restraint.
Caring restraint. I think that can also apply to comedy because you don't want to go for the jugular, but you can still go hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's also a large part of like trust and being comfortable with the people that you're working with and stuff like that.
I think, I think about that a lot with tea time. Like, we are so savagely vicious to each other. Mm-hmm. Actually, this is funny because there are two separate instances that I can think of this. Tea time is definitely one of them where we're like so mean to each other, but like the three of us know our boundaries really well and can like talk about that. But also on my like time hop, I wonder if this is still showing up for you, Katie. Has something been popping up on your time hop a lot lately? Or like on your like Facebook, anything like?
Not that I've noticed.
The OG like TurboTax is coming up.
TurboTax.
And I'm like, OG TurboTax was also super good at this, where we could like interrupt each other and like take over scenes from one another and just like flow with it because we do know each other so well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's very funny.
It's very much like the way that I intro you all. Like, I am super savage with Jonathan because I talk to Jonathan basically every day. Yeah. I know that Jonathan will take it. If I insult Alexis, not only do I think that the audience will turn against me, but also...
But Alexis will say something.
Alexis will say that I'm anti-feminist, and that hurts me.
See, no one thinks the audience will turn against them when you're going against me, but Alexis knows I can get them to turn against them.
Jonathan's the fucking worst. Yeah.
Trilent Dunk. Oh, I would get her all the time.
Piss me off.
It would give me so much sadistic joy.
Yeah, you did that in pretty much any show we were in. You would play the victim all the fucking sudden and pretend that you were so upset and so hurt. And then I was this random bitch who was making you mad. Meanwhile, you're whispering in my ear about my eating disorders. And then you're like, oh, she's so mean to me.
I think it's because I laugh about it so often that if I ever give any reaction other than like absolute like hysteria, they're like, oh no, they've gone too far. They've said something wrong. And I use that power not for good all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What powers do you use for good?
Quickly.
My powers of observation, That's a lot. That's not.
You don't use that for good. You don't use that for good. You ain't never use that
fuel
for
your
good.
shade.
Oh, you're not wrong about that.
Never use that for good.
I don't know what powers I do use for good, honestly. Wow, that's you've given me a lot to think about.
The power of choreography.
That was not for good.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
It was good, but it was not for the good.
No, it was not for the good, but it was just, I completed the assignment.
The yapometer.
It stopped.
Do we?
The IT crowd.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Improv Technology. That's us. We're super glad to have you all here. Hi, Megan. Hi, Aaron. Hi, Dan. Hi, and goodbye, Matthew. I'm glad that you're watching on Becca's phone. Save your mobile data. Hi, Tori. Hi, Debbie. Hi, everybody. Even if I can't scroll up high enough to say hi to you, I'm sure Brianne is here. So, hello. Welcome to the show. Super glad to be here. I'm Jeff Wolfo. I'm your host. If you don't know that, I'm super glad you're turning in for probably the very first time. Tonight, we're going to do some improv. I'm joined by three of my favorite improvisational comedians that I ever get to work with. So let me introduce them to you right now. Call her a decimal system because we like what she doey. It's Katie Hope Noble.
Okay, Dewey. Hey.
She likes her books like she likes her pizza, spiced up. It's Alexis Amarante.
I am re-listening to Akatar.
So. Which one?
The second one.
Okay, the best one.
Is it really that spicy?
No,
but the book overall is so good.
I've heard mixed things.
When I wanted to add trivia questions about A Court of Thorns and Roses into Fairies and Fantasy Weekend trivia, Alexis is who I went to.
Nice.
And the final performer for you all tonight might as well be a reference book because no one's checked him out in months. It's Jonathan Handley.
Yes!
Bitch, I'm Encyclopedia Britannica.
God.
Oh, also shout out.
Dusty?
Thick.
Thick and dusty.
Heavy and dusty.
Heavy.
Katie, you wanted to shout something out?
No.
Okay.
No, that's...
Well, then we're going to do some improv for you all right now. What that means is that everything from this point forward in the show is completely made up off the top of their heads. I have done the vaguest amount of planning, just gathering suggestions that you all put in our suggestion post this week. So, are you all ready to get started?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
right. At the DNC.
I was going to say.
Eh?
Time for what?
Did y'all see the thing that was like...
I have to put up the yapometer.
It was I'll be quick. It was about Oprah saying that you could be a lonely Catwoman, and then it pans
to that woman,
and then the woman like tweeted and was like, "This lonely Catwoman is ready for night 2 of the DNC," and I was like, "Icon,
embrace it,
icon."
Nice. So. In that political spirit, then, our first game is gonna be Objection. This is a game where I will give them something to argue about, and I will have 2 minutes on a timer that only I can see, because if I let them see it, they'll game the timer. So, 2 minutes on the clock. They're gonna argue. They can object to things. I will sustain or overrule. I'll be like the judge. So, your suggestion to get you all started arguing comes to us from Dan Gualtieri. Slow walkers. Oh, Alexis had a very strong reaction. Katie, do you also have a...
You called upon Alexis first. I will let my counsel go.
All right. Alexis, you have the floor.
Fewer things make me angrier, I would say it's in my top 5 list of pet peeves. That are people that walk slow, especially if they're walking, if there's multiple of them and they're walking in a line. If they're blocking any sort of entrance, exit, throughway. My mom is watching, really? That was unexpected. She's like, oh, I bet you she accidentally clicked on it. Especially if people are walking in a line, they're blocking any sort of throughway. Today, I went to the gym and I was there.
Yes, Jonathan.
If they're walking, they can't be actively blocking. Blocking implies that they're standing still.
Oh, interesting. Alexis?
When that boat got stuck in the Suez Canal.
Objection.
Katie?
The boat has no legs. It cannot walk.
Objection.
Objection.
Alexis?
Just because things don't have legs doesn't mean they can't get stuck.
Objection.
Jonathan?
Stuck implies the lack of movement.
Objection.
Alexis?
If my fat ass is trying to fit into a too small pair of jeans and I get stuck in them, I'm still trying to wiggle my ass out.
Objection.
Overruled. Your ass is not fat. Jonathan has the floor.
I do have a fat ass.
Okay.
Get us.
I was gonna object it anyway because what means you got stuck was when your ass stopped. If your ass kept moving, you'd have put the jeans on, but it stopped and was stuck.
Objection.
Therefore,
Katie?
You cannot have an ass without at least at one point having legs. Boats have never had legs. Therefore, boats cannot walk.
Sustained. I want to see where this goes. Katie has the floor.
Yeah, so does Katie.
Slow walkers. So they are just living a different lifestyle. They are living a slow lifestyle, which is better for your heart health. It is better for the environment to walk slowly, and it creates a community.
Objection.
Yeah.
Alexis?
It's not better for the community as a whole if there are slow walkers in the mall and I am on my half-hour break just trying to get to Chipotle and back.
Objection.
Katie?
Malls do not exist anymore.
Objection.
Jonathan?
Park City.
Sustained. Jonathan has the floor to talk about Park City.
Thank you. There's inside Park City, there's a food court. And
Objection.
Katie?
If there's a food court, is there a food judge?
Sustained. Katie has the floor.
Objection.
Jonathan?
Are not the people who come to the food court to have the food not the food judges?
Nay, they are the food jury.
Oh, Katie still has the floor.
Thank you. So, with the fall of Burger King,
Objection.
I think
Alexis?
So does that make our viewers the IT jury?
Yeah.
Sustained.
Does this mean that they get a say?
Objection.
Jonathan?
Only if they have legs.
Objection.
Alexis?
Ableist.
Ableist. Ableist.
Sustained. Alexis has the floor.
I would like to take this over with Katie. I think this is a joint point here. Truly, the United IT crowd have shown time and time again ableism to be sexist, ageist.
Objection.
Katie,
that's time.
Ageist but a number.
and you gotta have a butt to have a number.
I guess you gotta have a butt.
Gotta have a
Also,
butt.
our viewers do have a lot of control over the show. They give the suggestions
I
that
know.
make this shit go.
As soon as I said it, I argued with myself in my head. And so that's why I stopped. And I was about to do some weird pandering.
You pander never.
Is my mom still here?
I'm not
She said
need
hello.
the Chicago police to stop. Stop.
Start.
They are going too fast down this road. The slow walkers are going to get hit. I get mad when they go too fast down this road.
As you should be. Stick it to them.
Citizens arrest.
Yeah.
Citizens arrest.
If you could citizens arrest for something that isn't a crime, what would it be?
Double dipping.
Slow walkers.
Oh, slow walkers. Oh my God.
Loud chewers.
Yes, leaving the tiniest bit of water in the filter pitcher and not refilling it.
Mm-hmm. I am probably a little too obsessive over the level of water in my Brita. I refill after every time I use it.
I have a confession.
Yeah, Katie?
I'm the shitty roommate who doesn't refill the Brita. And I've learned that thanks to Allie Foley leaving me. And then I'm like, why is the Brita not full? It's because it's me. It's because it's me.
I don't
well
remember.
Then, it's good to have realized that about yourself now.
I mean, we can't all be perfect.
It's true.
I will say my Brita pitcher fullness is directly in correlation to the emptiness of my sink.
Mm-hmm.
Because if there's too many dishes, you can't get it under there.
And that's why I'm obsessive about dishes, because if the dishes are too high, I can't fill my Brita. This is where my neuroses comes from.
Do we think Jeff is a Virgo rising? Or a Virgo?
do.
Yeah.
There's something in the chart. He's got Earth in there.
Somewhere.
Any Taurus? Any Capricorn anywhere? Any Taurus anywhere?
What is your sun?
I don't know what
He's an Aquarius.
I double majored in.
An Aquarius?
Yeah, one of two Aquariuses that I actually get along with. I made that huge pie chart of like my friends and where they fall into which signs, and I had two Aquariuses on there.
Who was the other one?
Caitlin Schreiner. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do your birth chart later.
Those are two vastly different Aquariuses.
Not when you think about it. I can get into it.
Break it down for us.
No. We've not the time.
You know what,
if you want to break it down, you can Venmo us at the IT.
Actually, I will read you if you Venmo us at least $20.
Your chart, not just
Send me.
you.
No, that's what I'm saying. Send us your big three, and I'll say some hateful shit.
I'm a Virgo sun, I'm a Capricorn moon, and I'm a Scorpio rising.
That's why we get along so well.
Oh wait, hang on, I can tell you mine.
The Chicago police need to be stopped.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine they're going so fast they made a whole
I would. That's how fast they were going. They just drove across the lake.
I always used to threaten a couple years ago that like I would quit at the Ren Fair, but I would say I'm gonna walk back to Chicago. And one time I said it during a Macbeth read through while we were in the kitchen, and then all of a sudden I got a text from Josh Kaknich, and it was directions from Mannheim to Chicago and how long it would take if you would walk. He did not say anything else. He just sent me the directions to leave.
God, I love Josh. Speaking of leaving, I don't know. Our next game.
I thought you were going to kick Jonathan out.
Our next game is the Vantage Point. This is a game where they're all going to take on personas of characters and answer questions that you all ask for advice. Now, I didn't ask for advice questions in the suggestion post for this week. So if you have things that you would like to get advice for, put them in the chat and I will get them into the show. So it can be anything from, dating advice to astrological advice. I don't know. I'm going to give them characters. You give us your advice-based questions. Something's going on in this chat. Anyway, let me give them characters. You give us your advice questions. So, Jonathan, you will be doing this Vantage Point as the nanny.
Oh, Mr. Sheffield.
Exactly. Katie. You will be doing this as Barney the dinosaur.
All right.
And Alexis. You will be doing this as a retiree who doesn't give a fuck anymore.
Wait, that's so real.
And all of these suggestions came from you in our suggestion post this week. The nanny came to us from Megan Gutha. Thank you, Megan. The retiree came from Vicky Thompson. I added the doesn't give a fuck anymore. And then Barney the dinosaur came from Debbie Willis Hamlin. So thank you all so much for those suggestions and for all the suggestions that we are using tonight. I'm going to give them just a little bit of time, and then they'll come in, and I will read off your questions and have these characters answer them. So there looks like most of them are still not back at their computers. So I'm just going to remind you all that you can Venmo us at the IT Crowd if you feel like it. And I just want to thank you for being here and joining us tonight. We love doing these shows. I know I love doing these shows since I no longer work at that place that we all used to work. This is my big performance, outlet these days. So it's just nice to still be here with you all, performing and doing this kind of thing. So thank you for being here. We're going to get started with this next game pretty soon because they're the people that you're here to see. And I'm going to go away for a little bit. Okay, bye. Oh, yeah, I guess welcome everyone to the Vantage Point. I'm your host, Chip Lexman, and we have a prestigious panel here for you today. First off, why don't we meet our panelists? Panelist number one, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Alexis Amarante. I am retired. I don't know what the fuck else you want me to say.
All right. Thank you, Alexis. Our next panelist.
Mr. Sheffield. I'm Fran Fine. Former Shades of the Orient saleswoman. Current nanny to Broadway producer, Maxwell Sheffield. That's Maxwell with 2 L's.
All right. It's very nice to meet you, Miss Fine. And then our third panelist.
Oh boy, super-de-duper to be here with all of you fine individuals. I think we're gonna have a swell day. Could I get a roar?
Roar.
Great job.
Thank you. It's so nice to have such a diverse panel here today. So let's just get started with the first question here. Dan Gualtieri wants to know, what is the best way to deal with male pattern baldness? Something that I too would like the answer to. We'll start with Alexis.
Yeah, sure. I guess that's not something I'm suffering with. It's not something I'm ever going to suffer with because I look at this gorgeous head of hair. I guess you could probably ask Professor Quirrell down there. He might have an
answer. Miss Fine.
Yeah, so I went to school with a little man named Jimmy Schmitzman. Yeah, we're both from Flushing. And his mother would put a bit of vinegar on his head every night before he went to bed. It worked like a charm, I'm telling you. Mr. Sheffield's even dealt with a little male pattern baldness. And if the vinegar doesn't work, well, then you get a good job with good credit, lots of money, credit card at Bergdorf, Goodman, whatever it is, and a winning personality. You know, women only care about you if you're a bad boy or you got something going for you. So either know how to make love or make lots of money, and they won't care that you're going bald.
All right, thank you very much. And finally, Barney.
I would like to say, Miss Fine, I believe you work with children, and I sure hope you're not using that kind of super-duper language around them. Now, when it comes to baldness...
Maggie's got to learn sometime.
Well, here we learn how to accept ourselves exactly as we are. Some people have more hair than others. Some people start with a lot of hair and they end up with not so many. That's why it's important, boys and girls, to love yourself. In fact, I think we should all sing a song.
Yeah, let's all love ourselves. That's gone so well.
Oh, boy.
Thank you, Barney. All right, so thank you all so much for that. Now, I think we'll open this next one up to a little bit more discussion. Debbie Willis Hamlin wants to know, how can I be a successful ally to the LGBTQ plus community and still keep my job amongst homophobes? So what do we think here, panel?
Kill the homophobes.
I don't typically endorse violence, but I think this is the right move.
I'm just saying, you'll keep your job, then you won't have to be amongst homophobes. Listen,
there'll be a better profit margin if you're going to theft wages, theft them from homophobes. Oh boy.
I agree with the sunburnt dinosaur.
I'm purple.
That's rosacea. Listen, I got something that'll clear that right up. A little chamomile, a little eucalyptus. Yeah.
Oh, my good friend Baby Bop has got a nice cream for me.
Bonnie, you work with children.
You're right.
Hang on, I'm interested. Keep going.
Yeah, what kind of cream? Is it a L'Oreal? Is it something from Helena Rubinstein? Some Elizabeth Arden?
No. Baby Bop, who was originally 2 years old but turned 3. Look at me, I'm 3. She's been on the show since forever, and she's not been much older than 3 since then. I'm not quite sure what she's got in that baby bottle, but she says it'll help.
He's got diaper cream.
Perchance, but I was told that she was in fact.
Listen, it worked wonders on the hemorrhoids for my mom.
Oh boy.
Listen, you can't wear gold lame with hemorrhoids.
Not with that attitude.
Wise words. Wise words.
Listen, if you want to wear 5-inch heels and spandex, you got to get rid of the hemorrhoids.
Or just stop caring.
I got an image to uphold.
Whatever's upholding that is doing the Lord's work.
Let's move on to our next question.
The last question in the chat, I can answer that.
I'm being bullied by an anti-Semite.
Oh, we don't like bullying here.
All right. Brianna Bloomer wants to know, how do I distract myself from being away from my cat for 2 weeks for the first time since I got her 3.5 months ago?
Well, it's very hard.
You don't distract yourself. You ask whoever's watching the cat to send you endless pictures and videos. All right. I might be retired. I might not care about anything. There's like 2 things that I care about, and one of them is this fucking cat. Okay. I love her so much. And it's okay to be attached to the cat. Just get your fill. Take a lot of videos before you have to leave and don't rewatch them. And then just save them. And then it's like a little store, like a little cache for you to enter into later.
This is where having a British butler of undeterminate sexual orientation comes in handy. Or a hateful lesbian-coded blonde assistant who's in love with the man you're schnozzing. Because you tell her that that Mr. Sheffield has asked you to look after the dog, and she does it for you.
I thought we were talking about a cat.
I mean, cats.
Very good.
Speaking of cats, Mr. Sheffield produced that. It's what bought me this.
You're a very fascinating woman.
And
Would you
so
like to be on my children's show?
What?
Would you like to be on my children's show? You seem to have a lot of wisdom.
Oh, I would love to see that.
I don't think so.
All right. We have a couple more questions that we can get to. Tori Marie Fraley Hogg wants to know, any tips for traveling?
Yeah, make sure before you go, you ask whoever's watching your cat to take a lot of pictures and videos of your cat and send them to you. Speaking of, Fran, I'm leaving next Wednesday. I still need you to watch S'mores.
All right. I suggest somewhere with a tapeworm. No better diet.
While tapeworms might be fun to make in arts and crafts, I think when we're traveling, we should pay attention to our maps. It's always good to have a plan to know where you're going. And I'm a little disappointed you didn't ask me to watch your cat again.
You're more than welcome to come on down.
Oh, we got a little something going on. A little something going on.
Yeah, I got nothing happening.
Well,
you like them big, purple, and prehistoric.
I love her. She loves me.
Y'all got together and made a family. Okay.
Are we done?
Egg hatched?
Hmm?
Has that egg hatched?
Oh my god.
You can't ask a woman.
And that's the end of the game.
I'm
I
telling
don't
you,
know anything about Barney, guys.
there is nothing more hateful.
I want to tell you what I learned on Wikipedia.
That Baby
The
Bop
Barney I Love You song was among those used by interrogators at the Guantanamo Bay detention camp to coerce detainees.
Yeah. It's a war crime.
It's a war crime. What's that? Is that a wave?
No, I just rolled up a piece of notebook paper and smoked it like it was a blunt. I cannot believe how much smoke came out of this and that I was able to smoke it.
I
was looking at my fire alarm.
Yeah, people were concerned about your smoke alarm.
What was I?
Yes, Aaron, I know that he did not produce cats. I'm sorry, I was caught up in the moment. Listen, I'm telling you, there is no bigger jump scare than when you come back from running to your closet to find something to throw on to be a character. And you've already gotten rid of our little bubbles down here, and it just becomes a game of what am I going to look like when the screen pops up?
Oh, yeah.
I did look like Professor, whatever his name is from Harry Potter.
I actually saw that before I saw that you put that in the private chat. Or I said it.
There's a lack of water in that Brita. Are you a liar? There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, fill yours, Katie.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't.
See, I only drink out of this, which is my full Brita amount. So every time I empty the Brita, it all goes into here. So I have to refill it every time. I have a thing with cold water. If I'm drinking room temp water, it's going to make me more thirsty.
Yes.
Listen, the water's got to be cold.
I will say one time Allie filled up the Brita with hot water. I did not know that. And I go and I pour myself some. I took a sip and I was like,
I would have lost my mind.
This woman does not care about me.
We got into an argument one time with the people at the farmhouse because Alexis and I are both like ice cold water all the way. And every single person that lives at the farmhouse leaves their Brita on the counter because they want room temperature water.
No.
What?
It was great because there was so much room in the fridge, but like we each had our own Brita and mine was the only one refrigerated. And there were 3 Britas scattered around our kitchen because they all prefer room temperature. It's psychopathic.
It makes me want to
throw Something wrong with those people.
That's what I'm saying.
It was literally colder coming straight from the tap than it was out of the water filter.
If you want to help our Brita funds, Venmo us the IT crowd.
Yeah, if you give us $20 and you tell us that you like your water room temp, I will say hateful things.
Alexis just needs an excuse to say hateful things today.
She's all built up. Her arm gets better. She's feeling great.
Yeah.
She's ready to fight, honestly.
When am I not? Actually, I was really flattered when I had my arm in the sling. Almost every single one of my friends I hung out with was like, I think you could still beat me up even with one arm. And I was like, I could. Thank you.
Oh,
really sweet.
Well, what's next?
Next, we're going to do a press conference.
Yes.
Jonathan is going to be giving this press conference. So Jonathan's going to... Yeah, Jonathan's going to go away and take care of whatever that is.
It's you.
All right.
It's you.
So Jonathan's someone who did something, and he's holding a press conference about it. We will act as the press pool, asking Jonathan questions, and he's got to figure out who he is and what's happened based on our questions.
If we're the press pool, is this Adult Swim?
Oh.
So Jonathan... no, that was very good, Katie.
No, what'd he do?
But here's who Jonathan is. Jonathan is Donald Duck, who missed the birth of his child.
Okay.
And that suggestion came to us from Heather Rothwell. Thank you, Heather. So Donald Duck missed the birth of his child. Are you ready, kids?
Aye, Captain.
All right. Thank you all for joining us for today's press conference. I will now give you our presenter.
Sorry, I apologize.
Boo.
Okay. I think it best we just get this started. So, all right, who wants to start us off then? Bunch of haters. Yeah, down at the bottom.
Yeah, so what happened? Were you off on some sort of adventure, not healing your party members with your magical healing abilities?
Listen, sometimes you go off on little scavenger hunts to, to give yourself a little joy. Life is hard. It's so easy to get burnt out in today's climate. Yeah. So it was just a little mental health journey. Yeah, middle.
Yeah, Daisy Goose, opposite of Your Name magazine. I was just wondering,
Daisy.
Is this a normal thing for you to just leave women on their own?
Not normally on their own.
Oh.
It's usually with someone else. I like to travel in big groups, parades, sort of. It's like the Oregon Trail. There's like 7 of us in a confined space. But it's it's crazy out here. Yeah, top.
What do you say to the rumors that this thing is going to inherit all your uncle's money instead of you?
Yeah, what I say to that is they are just that. They are, in fact, rumors. My uncle and I have a very close relationship. There's not many other people who have dove in and swam. It's dived. Okay, well, the individual in blue was nodding aggressively at dove. But I dived in and I dived. I jumped in this gold and swim around, and not many other people can say that about my uncle's money. So I know he's a real Scrooge, but that's the relationship that we have. Yes.
Yeah. Who's the mother? Why is she not here? Why is she not a part of this?
A surrogate. Yes, in the gold.
Was it still hatched via egg?
I was not there when I was hatched.
Oh,
that is interesting.
Yeah, I was in the egg hatched. Oh, sorry, you mean the new hatching. Yeah. Well, it's it's just sort of like it's hard to describe it in terms, that are, family friendly, but it's kind of like fish. The egg was just there, and I just came upon it. Not like I just.
I did not realize the shells were porous.
I don't think that's how fertilization works.
I walked up on. Anyway, yes. Does anyone else have a question about it? Yes.
So are you going to take responsibility for it?
Well, I think I have to. I'm not the stepfather. I'm the father that stepped up. And, just because I found it in the woods,
Objection.
Okay.
You have yet to step up. I think that the whole reason for this, this is the issue that we, the people, have, because you have yet to step up.
I apologize. I'm still learning how to properly step up. I have webbed feet. and I don't wear pants. I just wear a little blue jacket and a little toot toot hat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very difficult for me as Donald Duck to step up to great heights because
I'm easy to come upon things.
It's because he has no pants.
Yeah.
So you want to say
what? Yeah, I'm Donald Duck, and I'm a father.
Yeah, you are.
We're so glad that you're taking verbal responsibility, but why weren't you there?
Oh, sorry. I was not present when my child was born. Listen, it's
half the battle.
It's difficult because it's like a Marilyn Monroe, John F. Kennedy situation,
Exactly like that.
Me and Daisy have something serious, but me and Minnie have something fun,
Whoa.
I concede my time.
That's it.
Well, that's the game. What did you say, Katie?
It was just my head was up, and I went, and that's it for the news.
That's wow.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Duck, who was not present for their child's birth.
Yep.
That's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
I didn't say anything.
I will say, I do wish that Katie was wearing green because you could have been the Powerpuff Girls off to the side.
I can fix that.
You shouldn't change yourself for a man.
Yeah.
You shouldn't tell women what to do, you two.
I can't win!
Maybe don't tell women what to do. I don't know.
Is that better?
I can't win.
Or Jeff has to put on green, and then you're totally spies.
Oh.
Jeff!
If you want to see more buttons off of Jeff, then post with the IT crowd.
Oh my God!
If you want Jeff to take his shirt off, I'll say some super hateful things.
Don't! Horrible!
It was rule of 3. I had to say it.
Could you imagine though if there was one night where we just all wore a bunch of button-down shirts, and they donated, and for every $1 we undid a button,
and it just revealed another piece of merchandise.
Absolutely.
We put on as many shirts as we think they're going to donate, so we have to take off a shirt every time.
Mm-hmm.
We have to start the show in a bunch of shirts.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of legs, Susan. A lot of feet, Angela.
I got a lot of feet,
Angela. I had to take these pants. Hold on, let me take my pants off.
Ew.
They were pants.
Oh.
Well done.
Thank you.
You don't want to do a little bit more improv?
Yeah.
I guess.
We may as well.
I don't know what's going on.
What are you?
Well, then we're going to play a game called Director Overlord. This is a game where they are going to be acting out a scene, and then they will have to do it again, but in different genres and stuff. So what we need you to do is get in the comments with some suggestions of genres of television, film, theater, literature, anything like that. And I'll make them do this scene again. I'll pick a couple of the suggestions that you give us. But to get you all started, your base scene, this suggestion comes from Dan Gualtieri. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
You are apple picking.
Oh,
and
sorry.
What?
What game are we playing?
Director Overlord.
Director Overlord.
Oh, sorry. Oh boy, howdy.
Here, I'll scroll it along the bottom. That way you can't forget.
Okay.
All right. And action.
Mama, I think that whoever picks the most apples should get the first choice of picking the biggest pumpkin to carve this year.
Honey, I think that's the best idea you have had all day. And in fact, what could you possibly have to say?
Mama, Eugenia always picks the most apples. You know she's got longer arms than I do.
That is not her fault. It is a genetic condition that gives her 13-foot long arms.
Thank you, Mama. And it ain't my fault that Parker ain't got no legs, and that's why he gets stuck everywhere.
Well, don't you worry, Parker. I'll be carrying you on the back so you can have a slight advantage in that way. But I can't make your arms longer, sweetie.
Mama, why we always go apple picking this time of year? Why can't we do something else, like Field of Screams or something?
Mama, you know that I hate Field of Screams. And you know that Parker always wants to take me to Field of Screams because my arms get all tripped up on the scare actors.
Well, that's because you could be a scare actor, Eugenia.
Hey, we do not say hateful things to our sisters, only to our brothers. Do you understand?
Yes,
Love you, Parker.
Now, I understand, Parker, that you want to go be a scare actor and you think it's funny to see your sister's arms all tangled up. So I've got a compromise.
All right.
We can pick enough apples before 4 o'clock when your dad has to come and we trade off. I'll take you over to Field of Screams, okay?
All right. So how many apples is what, like 100, 200?
How many apples is 100 or 200? It's 100 or 200, Parker. I didn't know not having legs meant you don't know how to count.
No, she said it had to be enough. And I was asking, is enough 100 or is it 200?
That's not what you said, Parker.
But it's what I meant, Eugenia.
Oh,
now, shut up.
Do me and Mama have mind reading powers?
Well, I just thought you could use them big old arms and reach over here and touch my head and see what I was thinking.
Oh my God.
And scene.
I don't think we need to change a thing.
I think it was the perfect scene. Meryl Streep would be jealous.
That already had so many genres. It's actually a matter of narrowing them down after that.
We wanted to give you a lot to work with.
Yeah.
And
better
and you
scenes,
did.
Frankly.
They always told me to go big and the director would pull me back.
And I'm so glad that you did. So we're starting to play this with like maybe 5 genres. We're gonna whittle it down to 2.
All right.
You're gonna do this as a romantic horror.
Oh,
A romantic horror. We are siblings.
We are a family.
And that's the horror. Action.
my littlest children. I have fallen in love with one of the scare actors, but he will not let me coital him until I have enough apples.
Mama, you know that Daddy left because you was coddling other people.
Parker, enough. Be quiet down there. Mama. How about this? Whoever picks the most apples gets the best pumpkin for carving. And we carve a love letter into the pumpkin. And by we, I mean you two, bring it to Field of Screams. Because last time I was there, I caught something, and now my arms are so long.
I think that's the best idea you've had all day. I think we should decide upon the number of apples with which to win his heart.
Oh, Mama, I think he'd like 100. You think like 200?
What do you mean? What's 100 or 200?
I know what 100, 200 is, Eugenia.
Well, you said 100, 200.
Shh. Did y'all hear that?
I saw something with legs that were too long and arms that were too short.
That's untrustworthy.
It is.
Yo, listen, help me, Eugenia. You know I can't run. I don't got no legs.
I'll put you on my back, baby. Don't worry.
No, just leave him. Leave him.
I can't.
Mama.
I can't leave him.
Mama.
What?
Is that him?
That man in that white mask with the funky looking haircut.
That he is. That's Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh, Mama, I heard about him.
Where'd he come from?
Where did he go?
Well, there's one place I'm hoping he'll come, but we've got to get the apples.
And cut. You all are come happy this show.
Thank you.
All right. I think we need to maybe take the sex out of it. We're going to go for the least sexy genre that anyone could ever, the most absolutely sterile. You're going to do it like a tabletop live play, a role-playing game.
Listen, if it's done well, it'll be sexier than anything you've ever seen.
Okay.
Action.
All right, first we got a roll. So, actually, Alexis, can you give me a roll for your character? I'm trying to get above a 15, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, what am I rolling for?
You're rolling for arm length.
Okay.
Yeah, physical attributes.
Oh my God, 17.
That's how long your arms are.
Okay.
Okay. I'll roll for. It looks like I'm rolling for legs.
Yeah,
okay.
roll for legs.
Damn.
What?
A nat 0.
Okay.
You have no legs.
Wait, that'll be so funny. Okay, so then I'm gonna go up to the mom character. I'm gonna just start something
Sure.
because she's kind of like bratty. So, Mama, I think that we should have a contest and see who can pick the most apples, and whoever picks the most apples gets to get the best pumpkin for carving this year.
Well, child, I think that it's quite a good idea. In fact, I think we should say it was your best idea. Now, can you roll and see if how many you need to pick of whatever?
Okay, is that both? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Both
and
of you.
I'm gonna do a charisma check to see how I feel about this.
Okay, cool. Yeah, go for it.
It it's okay. I know that it's between 1 and 2, so it's like right on that edge, and I know that we're gonna multiply by 100. So I can't tell if this is 100 or 200.
You don't know if it's 1 or 2.
It landed. I can re-roll, but if I'm gonna just be honest with it, it stopped between 1 and 2.
Okay,
well,
so like
charisma.
Okay, well, my charisma is a 4, and with the +2 that I get for being a bard, it puts me at 6. So I'm not a big fan of this idea, which makes sense because I don't really like my sister.
Well, between 100 and 200, it'll be one of those things. And if you get the right number, you'll be the one winning the biggest pumpkin. I feel like I'm losing my character here.
Yeah.
I'm not in it today.
Well, how much longer are we staying at the apple picking orchard?
Well, you guys are supposed to be here until you meet the zombies at the end. I mean, that's kind of works great because like maybe the two of you can team up. He's got no legs, you've got big arms.
Okay, can I roll? I wanna attack my brother verbally.
Oh, you need to
I want to retort.
You don't need to roll for that. I already know that it's gonna land. Whatever it does, it's gonna do damage. So say what you're gonna say, and then he'll roll for damage.
Okay. I didn't know that not having legs meant you couldn't do math.
Yeah, roll for damage, please.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Oh, that's a 17.
Oh, that hurt. That got deep.
The length of the arms, baby. It'll get you every time.
Yeah.
God. That made almost too much sense.
I'm
time.
so proud of myself. Listen, when I tell you I don't know jack diddly shit.
Me neither.
Look at us go. Faking it to we've heard y'all talk about it enough.
You know, Alex gets paid professionally to do this.
How hard can it be?
Yeah. After this, text Alex and tell him that you rolled a nat 0. See what he says.
Yeah, I knew nat 0 was wrong.
I don't know what that means. But listen, think about this. He does it professionally with normal sized arms. So
are they that normal? Have we seen his arms in the same room at the same time?
Wait, speaking of normal sized arms, one of my favorite things is one of the actresses in Trial and Dunk this year is tall enough and has long enough arms that she can stand on the bottom of the pool and put her arms straight up and her fingers are out of the water.
I want her to wrap me up. Is that weird?
That's like a sausage or?
Sure.
It's, you know, when you say you want somebody to wrap you up, like a sausage and a Christmas present are two vastly different wrappings, but both are still wrapped.
And one of them you eat.
I want to be objection.
You want to be eaten, Katie?
Why is this show so horny tonight?
You were the one who started taking off buttons, Jeff.
Yeah, you were getting naked.
Oh yeah, it's my fault.
Yeah,
you're the horny one. We come upon things before
like
I even start.
Father like sons.
Who's the child?
All of us are the children. Jeff's our dad.
You're our father.
I said sons, plural.
Daddy.
I'm a son.
Ew.
Never.
Never?
Katie!
I'm sorry.
That was so funny. Never.
Actually, Jeff, you did start it because you said that I didn't have a fat ass, which is objectively not true.
Your ass is fat.
Sorry for insulting you by denying the fatness of your ass.
No, fat ass is good. Having a fat ass is good.
You were talking about asses, and then you took your shirt off. So you started this.
Sorry.
Sure. Okay.
You taught us to say yes and that's what we're doing.
Yeah. That's
What's next?
Jules may disagree. Jules may disagree with what, Debbie?
What's Jules disagreeing with?
The adoption.
Yes, we did trick him.
This actually all started in 2016 when we made super solid jokes that Jeff was our dad, but he would leave us for cigarettes and chocolate milk.
Especially because he had to go away for a wedding one weekend.
Yeah. Right? And he would have to go teach. He sometimes had to go do other stuff with other tracks. And then our end of the year gifts were candy cigarettes and chocolate milk.
It was great.
It was great.
Because I'm a good dad.
Now, but it was not a pack of cigarettes and chocolate milk for everyone. It was a pack of cigarettes and a chocolate milk.
For all of us to share.
Let's just be clear. If we were Little House on the Prairie in that shit.
No, but I did, because I couldn't get packets of chocolate milk, I had to settle for Yoo-Hoo. And Joe was so disappointed.
But that was the second
Joe loves chocolate milk and does not like Yoo-Hoo.
That was the second year.
He wasn't on it in 16.
Yeah, because the first year you just brought a half-gallon jug of chocolate.
Gallon.
Oh, that's true. I did actually bring a half gallon of chocolate milk for you all.
Which for 10 people, half gallon's fucking wild.
That's communion size.
That's wild.
You all did a shot of chocolate milk.
Is the little sugar cigarette.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's improv communion right there.
That is improv communion. That's also with you. That's so funny. It's
the cigarette of Spolin, the chocolate milk.
It unites all the religions represented.
Yeah.
The chocolate milk of my
One more game.
All right. We have time for one more game. Do you want to do another press conference, or do you? All right, we're going to do another press conference. This time, Alexis is going to be our guesser. So Alexis is going to go away.
Alexa.
And here is who Alexis is and what Alexis did. Alexis is Kristen Chenoweth, who finally finished the book she's been putting off.
Okay.
She's Glenda, right?
You are asking the wrong person.
Yes, she's Glenda.
Thank you.
Katie, we've discussed this. My knowledge of musicals is Footloose, Newsies. That's it.
Which shocked me on the bus. I was like, Footloose? Not saying it's bad. It just shocked me.
I will say, though, Newsies and Footloose, though not they fall in the same category of musical. You know what I mean? So if someone likes Newsies, I could see them liking Footloose. I watched Newsies for the first time the other night, actually.
The Christian Bale Newsies or the Broadway?
The Broadway.
Have you seen the Christian Bale movie of Newsies?
Not, but I hear it's good.
Alexis is going to hate that we're taking so long.
Jules did tell us it's one of your favorite movies.
It is. And I have put a line, at least one line from Newsies in every year's scripts that I've written for the fair.
What's this year's line?
Yeah, you'll have to watch the movie and find out. All right, I'm going to bring Alexis in.
No, I have a genuine question. It's Kristen Chenoweth finally finishing the book she was reading?
Putting off. The book that she had put off. Yeah.
Reading or she's writing?
Yeah.
Read. She finally, read.
Okay.
The book that she had been, putting off reading.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, and that one came from Tori Marie Fraley Hogg. Thank you, Tori.
Yay, Tori.
Right. Here comes Alexis.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us for this press conference. I will now give you your presenter.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry about being late. I was double parked. Let's get it started. Up top there.
Hi, my name is Elfie from Opposite of Your Name magazine, filling in for somebody else who was double parked. I do have to ask, was it good? Was it worth it?
Yeah, I've had better, but I would still say that it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the middle, we'll just go straight down the line.
Hi, yes. My name's Adele Dazeem, CEO of CoStar, and I'm just wondering, how did it feel astrologically when you finally got to click that change on Goodreads? You know what I mean? Like, you really got to just sort of like make that change.
Yeah. It was satisfying. This is a goal that I've been reaching for a really long time. Something I've been putting off for a really long time.
Yeah.
So to be able to finally be able to do that, you know, it's an accomplishment. No matter how big or small, accomplishing any kind of goal does feel really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Down the bottom.
Broadway Beat magazine. What took you so long? Were you just too busy being popular that you couldn't afford time for mental enrichment?
Yeah, you know, it's like the whole like you got the triangle. You have like social life, work, and health, and you can only pick two of the three triangles, or you know, so or of the three points. So yeah, I was focusing on two of the other points where I couldn't kind of get to the recreation. You know. Yeah. Up top.
Hi. So yeah, this particular manuscript, did you engage with it auditorially or physically?
It was a little bit of both. You know, driving back and forth from all my contracts, I would just put it on in the car. But if I did have time, if I was sitting in my dressing room, I would pick up a copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, follow up.
So, did you like the second one better than the first? It's kind of hotter.
Is this based off of my current reading situation? You know, this rare occasion, the sequel does do better. It does more for me than the original. Yeah, middle.
Yeah, I know you say that you did enjoy the second one, you know, more, but it took you so long. I mean, the first one, you know, logistically was from like the beginning of Virgo season to the end of like Scorpio season. Adele Dazeem, co-star. And this one was more of a like, I don't know, like Aquarius to Sagittarius type of situation.
Uh-huh.
Like it really, yeah, you really, yeah.
As a famous Broadway actress.
Yeah. Whose name is?
Kristen Chenoweth. Getting into this.
I just saw your message in the private.
What did I say? Oh, I said my throat hurts from smoking that notebook. Listen to my voice. It sounds so worse. Kristen Chenoweth. This is a new play.
No,
it's a play.
No,
it's a book.
Mm-hmm.
It is a book. It is a book.
I'm so glad you know that.
Yeah. What was the question?
Why did it take you so long?
I've been busy. I've been booked and blessed.
Yeah. I think you're
just
thinking
not with this book.
Yeah, I think you're thinking too deep about this. It's very just like vague thing.
Oh, it just took a really long time to finish reading a book. Kristen Chenoweth, took a really long time finishing a book. I've been busy, bitches. I've been busy. But I can't wait to see the new Wicked movie coming out in December. Promotion.
Thank you for your time.
Well done.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Y'all, you made 2 astrological references, so I was like,
I was being so far-fetched.
Which is why I jumped to, you said Aquarius, and I was like, oh, she's reading this. There's a second Hair musical coming out.
No, I just wanted to make the joke. Adele Dazeem was your co-star.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that was an astrological reference.
I see.
Yeah, because co-stars, the astrological app, but Idina Menzel was your co-star.
Yes.
That's I made that. That was too much. I do a lot. I'm not mysterious, and I don't want to be.
This has been happening the entire time I did that.
She's just looking at you.
She's so mad that you smoked that notebook without her. You didn't even offer a puff.
Are you disappointed? Yeah. Are you disappointed in your
mom?
mom?
My mom's smoking cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
You're like the mom in Seventh Heaven.
I can't believe it. I mean, it really smoked so well. Like the smoke was great, but regret.
I'm not the Google. Is smoking notebook paper
You'll be fine.
harmful?
Putting any smoke into your body is bad. Right? It's bad. It's bad, Mom.
Unless it's that.
You're not giving yourself nicotine poisoning, but there's still a lot of bad stuff that you're doing to your body.
Correct. Stay in school, kids.
Yeah.
Smoke notebook paper.
We're not role models.
Now she's in her garage.
Not she saw it as book burning.
Hey.
That's true. Well, gang, it's 8:06. That's the end of the show.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks for doing the show tonight, gang. Thank you, everyone who watched the show. As always, that Venmo is open if you have the ability to do so and you feel like doing it. Alex still collects this money and distributes it when he can. So send him some messed up stuff and it'll catch his eye.
Yeah.
Also, react to this post, comment on it, share it, get the word out there so that people tune into our stuff. It really helps us and we really appreciate it. And if you have anything you want to say to the people,
stay.
The IT crowd.